Oh.
Mestre say Mestre production say mombe boa me. Isaac Usu Ediomi say mo me fa ponche ne nkoma na sent no e boa na no e.
Metua ne kanti na mo fa ne me wi a metua ne ka cause.
Okay, we dey munyi ni fi akakra man.
Honorable.
Miss.
Come me ba why?
Aponche na friend honorable.
Uncle me.
Oh, come on. Be serious.
Oh.
Arnold, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, when you know more Ponche.
Because
mesre etie for say we dey pamocho a mo fa nche. Minimum say mo te sent na. Etie for minimum say mo te sent na. Anu edin. Anu dey this okay no.
Yeah. Initially, I would have gone bonkers.
Yeah.
But then I realized that Sanka, before no better another artist, no kuta small Kramaya or Kata Sepeta. I wouldn't go, haywire. So maybe like he's saying the brand, and the pets, So thinking about it, and then I might slow down. But otherwise, I would have thought that this was silly. But thinking about it, maybe it's Charlie. It's him.
And a job on cherry.
And that's him, and so I'm cool. No,
Arnold, Yembusa, this kind of social media sensationalism, does it last a lasting?
It depends, because pressure a war system, and there's a backlog of talent, and so Obiano figure out how to break through. So I realize it's a social media because and then they had a new platform. Almost everybody's on that platform. That's a way or a conduit for you to actually break through. So the likes of AY Poyu and a few others who said that's a trick. And that's how we call them social media sensations. But the challenge is because your WhatsApp platform is on every now and then we are discovering another sensation. And so once you become a sensation, within that particular time, in nearby also, I mean, we've known you for how you came through the system. Now, the challenge for you is to move from being the social media sensation to mainstream. But because every day you discover new sensation, when you're careful, you discover on that platform, they will move you away and focus on the new sensation.
All right, focus on the new sensation. Arnold Asamoah Bedu, Somu Oho Emame, and then said you may catch him say, I have the papa. Now, and then style I did by the AS you saw AY Poyo walking onto set and on the show. Now, Mama said El Chapo, if you know, you know. If you know El Chapo in Poppy be El Chemano. Now, on Nunquani Kramaya in Ghana, ne likes and now following on Instagram, etching celebrity. Oh yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. You can go and check it, right? Me say, Kramaya be what Ghana ha. The following on Instagram, the following on social media is more than a human being. Let's welcome Poof MDK in the building. El Chamano. I thought for the El Chapo member.
No, having a siesta.
G. You heard that? Or say Kramani having a siesta. Or relaxing. You want to about El Chamano?
Yeah,
good. You looking fresh.
Thank you.
Great. Arnold.
Yes, sir.
You meet El Chamano.
Oh.
The man who saved Ghana rap in 2019.
He actually said Okan in 2019.
Yeah.
Was it 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And we saved Ghana rap. So
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
Or 2015.
Yeah. Yeah. El Chamano.
Senior.
Once again, Yamakwaba. Do you still stand by your statement, sir? You save Ghana rap music.
Yeah.
What went wrong? And then Ebema will be saving Ghana rap music.
When I actually what I said didn't I don't mean I'm in such a way say I did try and make people wear them also the rap look some type of way. I did try belittle anybody. I just didn't want to make people understand say I came in with a different style which made people pay pay attention to Ghana rap music in a different like dimension. Do you get me? And you say and you say non-conform rap here, and I mean I came in with a different vibe. Yeah, that's the message.
For the past 3 years or the 3 episodes or seasons of VGMA, you've been one of the highest highlight artists consistently. And every year you come with your swag and the vibe and you do your thing. This year, Elcroft said it looks clear that a year AMG Medical in the year. What is your expectation of this year's VGMA?
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody they like win. You understand? It will be a great day for me and then my fans if I'm to win the artist of the year. But at the same time, if we don't win, you know they mean say music shouldn't go on. Do you understand? Because I've been nominated bare times and then I didn't win. You understand? But you know stop us from giving the fans and the people music. So say yeah, winning is great, but if we don't win, it doesn't.
How many nominations this year?
I think 7 or 8.
Wow. Yeah. So 10 categories, right? I know. 10 or 13.
Okay, so your popular ones, and your industry ones. So industry popular ones is close to 15.
Yeah.
And industry ones, I think it's 10 or so.
Yeah. So if you have 8 out of 10 industry categories, then I mean you are there. Into expectation is high because we were 8 nominations there.
But you're nominated yes, yeah. So and we one senior into BBR to me see by the end of the day, the BBR manyame, the BCBR.
Right, great.
Yeah.
You have said you make money through music and people doubt it. I don't know why. How do you make money through music in this day and age? Sources that people get music, either digital and the talk. Piracy high hotels for bought music or man to or man copyright it one download the music pen drive so town street no but yet you insist that you make money through music. How do you make it?
Yeah, I'm a brand. I'm a very big brand. Companies pay me to advertise their stuff for them. I get paid huge amount of money. Sometimes it's not about just performances or people streaming your music alone. It's about you influencing brands that belong to big companies out there, so I get paid a lot through all of the deals. Yeah.
So that is the main source of your money, revenue, income.
Yeah.
You have said, sir, on kasa emfa fraud you will never talk about it. Why do you feel apprehensive and it annoys you anytime obi bebusa sa question? You get pissed off.
It's not just about me. It's about every ghetto youth in this country. You understand? If you see any young boy with a drive Benz or some flashy car where they live good life, you know they mean say he or she they get money illegally or through illegal means.
Yeah.
Because you know be crime say young boy go live good. You understand? Because at the end of the day, country no me shit that bottles no more fail it. Yeah, it me boys are fail it. Fuel, no boy then yet me hard to your fuel. So at the end of the day, I don't want to make them see ghetto youth say they do something illegal to make ends meet. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not just about me self. It's for I speak for a lot of people.
Yeah. So let's stop naming hustlers. Let's stop that. Say Sana, you see on Nigeria, Kofa. We buy. All right. I know do suit.
Okay, so me will see me because as an artist, and I say as a celeb, when you go for interviews, the no right to answer or not to answer any question. That's within the right. However, also the presenter also because or standing here the general population because most often than not more presenters more home the populace because you na bit me about studio na bisa questions. So you are representing you na. So as a presenter, you're also at liberty to ask questions be relevant at the time. However, no artists and as no or answer questions. Also a right to say question way there. Me answer and answer way there. But I don't think say I say do points I'll be okay. my brain mean to me answer question and answer me yes and some being be some question with you. For me, I feel say a part of the system.
But Mamimba Bulldog, so Bulldog. Is the media fair when they consistently they be a question back oversubscribe? Assemble back where would you say media no or more fair to artists?
Never.
When they ask the same question, and not say anytime we are able to be able to
never
relevant at the time.
Never. You know, for me, the media has always been an evil spirit haunting. Yes, I'm telling you. I mean, they will be here unless they have other views. But look,
oh wow,
I'm telling you. Listen, when these young men start their stuff, yeah, you know how we started this thing. Nobody is willing to even give you the time or day to push positivity. Now, if you hustle now do baby, then they start asking, pardon my words, stupid questions. Oh,
yeah, stupid.
Oh, me say ebimu minka. Oh, Debbie. Oh no, Debbie. Debbie, me ba.
But what's that? What's the media now has been?
So some people, some. The thing is, Ejuma no obi Ejuma. Look, I mean, he's got a lot of stuff out there. He's got a song with Davido. Yeah. You know, beautiful song.
Yeah.
Wow. And it was him and his team that was pushing the song. And I can tell you, I can count the number of media spaces that pushed the song. You understand? Then Oba Mube Bisano Asema
necessary question.
Plus you're asking him about theft or fraud or whatever. It's a dent on his brand. This is somebody trying to feed their family. You know, so sometimes we need to just quiet down with some of the unnecessary stuff. Because we understand. Then what do you want?
And
then
I know you don't understand.
They'll hit back and then you say they are disrespectful
over and over again. It makes question, you know,
yeah, but how many times? I can understand where he's coming from. But I totally disagree with Boo said the media and I said all about negativity. I mean, let's be fair. These two artists are motivating. Yes, from the start, only yourself hustle on your own, and to get to a certain point where you get noticed by the media. But positivity there, the media has been projecting these artists. I mean, if almost a boy, they should say it. What I say. And how many times has he answered the question about this fraud-related issue? How many times? What I say. Once it becomes a tag, so call for radio interviewer, and I'm not sure says so call for every interviewer questions in now on that particular subject. I mean clearly, even that interview, you know, Kasim on Sabion. So be fair, he answered a lot of related questions on his career, on his lifestyle, on so that one question now a bit mono doesn't mean say every other question, that's all the questions you be sound of negativity.
Okay, Yambra the rap music Obeka said wabe resurrected or the savior na do you agree with him said the period no ka say wababa be save the rap music in Ghana no he did that do you agree?
I see let me commend him for how consistent he's been because since 2016 things are confirmed by he's been consistent from that time till now.
So even yesterday he dropped a new one.
Yeah. So for the consistency bit there.
Ama.
Yeah.
And he
talk about that.
Yeah. Beautiful track.
We'll talk about that.
Teach I mean, because it's easy, especially in this system, for you to stay consistent with such genre of music, you know, hip hop, rap, you know, for straight 6 or 7 years, 5 years. I think he needs commendation. However, that statement, and I totally disagreed at the time of making that statement, and I still disagree.
How?
Okay.
Or
so
why?
We say Ubisani na or person clarifying the kaka and saying so that time no or the different style on the buy. He could have said that in that tweet or in that commentary. But what he said, he saved GH Rap 4 years ago. You see, usually artists are more braggadocio element. So in their rap, they actually talk about things that that's different. But when you make a factual statement, all the dates BIM and all that stuff BIM subject to scrutiny. So he says he saved rap 4 years ago. So quickly, you need to go backtrack and go 4 years ago. Or can something in 2019. And mind you, such statements not make here. And instigating all this beef with Strong One and whoever. Because who analyze this statement now 4 years ago, or your statement in 2019, or 4 years ago, that's like 2015. 2015, Medical was nowhere in mainstream. In 2015, I mean, there were EL, Guru, Joey B, Edem, Sarkodie. These are some of the rappers are no kuta fencing game. Let's even say so you mistake with the calculation and bring it back to 2016. 2016 the release confirmed. At the time, Sarkodie was relevant, Flo Kingston was relevant, Manifest was relevant, Guru was still relevant. And so factually it's wrong.
But he didn't say they were not relevant.
No,
no.
CV, GH rap. And I'm telling you, say, all these names from 2015
in a context.
Now you want to put it in the context.
No,
when he
said, and then all clarify, so he brought in a new style. He could have said that in that commentary. One can say, or make a blanket statement, say he said GH rap in 4 years ago. And I remember the list of artists, some of the artists at the time are no mukutim.
But once
again,
once say rap artists braggadocious attitude.
Exactly.
No, but oka wonyumu a eye but say oka out of a nyum statement there
man can say that's not what I said. Me say a part of omo element as rappers. So bit me can someone we all get it. But when you make a statement, factual statement that only dates ebebem and stuff like that, is subject to scrutiny. Even so, can say in his rap corner, it is still subject to scrutiny. But they make counter, so there's a difference. And again, last point. Again, I thought that statement too was quite disrespectful to somebody like Sarkodie. Because this somebody I was holding forth from 2008, 2010 till now, or at the time of making that statement. So for me, one, it was not factual. Two, I think it was kind of a jab to some of the guys I'm holding forth during that period.
Maminti Budo.
I don't agree with him entirely. You know, Okabibi, you see, before anybody comes up here, and when you say mainstream, I mean up here, the thing must have been boiling underneath. Dada. Now, what I realized with him was, you know, if you go back into the States, hip-hop. Hip-hop is a culture. You know, it's not just the music.
Yeah.
It comes with, you know, and
a movement.
Good. That's what he had at the time. Now, maybe you are just the mainstream person. You don't go underneath to find talent. Good. But at that time, something was boiling. So he's trying to tell you that, listen, maybe I'll give you an example, yeah? In 2000 and one of the years, yeah, Abeku, at the time you were with Adom, and 5-5 had a song called African Girls. And we're in Kwewu to do a show, yeah? Now, when we got there, everybody, a lot of the artists had performed at the time. Now, Sarkodie and Soko perform, then who come? You know, who were the people who closed the show at the time? African Girls. Now, Sarkodie was Babe full stage now. Then we came, you know, because time now soon, yes, Embra. So we're about to come on stage now. I think Jerry Justice or one of them, you know, Sarkodie's manager before, what's his name? Duncan.
Dr. Duncan.
Good. So, Charlie, Muma Sarkon come because Jerry just got Charlie 5-5 I do our time no so call. So these are the people they want to see. Look, I'll tell you something. I never will forget that day. What I saw in Sarkodie's eyes was, wow. You know, and that spirit, you know, and at that time it wasn't like Sarkodie was nobody. And when I say he wasn't mainstream, when we had 5-5, what was Sarkodie at the time? Nowhere. Yeah. But Sarkodie was underneath. We knew about, because you see me, I sit here, I've listened to like 1,000 songs that will blow your mind when they drop. Because you are not a studio rat. I'm in the studios all the time. I can tell you that this guy will make it in the next 3-4 years because I meet them all the time.
But medical, Bulldog said, Arnold, you don't know the street culture. What is the street culture? When you made the statement, said, we're saving rap music, you know, said the Abu Aircan, you have a certain fan base ye won krofo bebre a ene omo nso omo di omudin atoto so and afei people that you have mentored, is that why you said you save rap music?
I said that because I'm the only one who walk in my shoes, and then I'm the only one who write my music, and then I know what I see and I know what I go through. You understand? And I know what's happening in the system, and I did street. You understand? So anything where they go on with my career or music or wherever I drop, I'm aware of it. So I'm confident enough to say something like that. And anything that they put in my music, it did the same way like I tweet them. Same way I go talk say, yeah, I'm the best rapper. Forget every rapper. If I use the F word, you know they mean say are they diss other rappers or are they belittle other rappers? I they talk my mind. I know you have my opinion. At the end of the day, it no be anybody will go agree with me. Maybe normal say they disagree, like cause a lot of people too go disagree. You understand? But they come with them. What they make and I say so. I know they have any. I mean, I know they have any problem with the fact say they talk, they oppose what I they talk. And normal say or because but me na me nim dey me who at that time. That's why I say what I say. It's simple.
And then this brought beef. Nobody was beefing a rap artist because not beefing a bad form, and it was only dancehall artists and rap artists that no move beefy.
Anytime people talk about beef, then you people can't put them at all.
Oh yeah. Because that's all artists they then no beefy rap artists.
Well, normal.
It's rap artists, the beefy rap artists. It's okasano. It opened obekase can worms, you know, for others to come. And no strong man eba I feel they no bia so eba. Did that affect you in any way?
If it affected me, I don't think I'll be on this seat.
No,
right
looking
now.
at the beef attack, and the public were judging and scoring. Say where we need one, where we need two. Like I question Opa Cafe. Now start here, more time when you were going to respond, and everybody. I mean, the buzz on social media,
massive.
And
It was exciting.
It was very exciting, but afraid na mujai. It's mujai and crofo so any strong man beat you.
Yeah,
Because
but-
one to us.
but at the end of the day, it's not. I mean, if like Pusha T and Drake had a beef, you understand, misunderstanding. At the end of the day, Drake they make hits. Where's Pusha? No disrespect to anybody we have such encounter with, but at the end of the day, I'm still relevant. I still they drop hit songs. So who lose? Who's winning? Do you get what I'm saying? So
Factual.
That be the whole point.
I beat about
After the beef, who go day in the system still? Who go still play show? Who go still drop hits? Who go still get endorsement deals?
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
So is it a style? I'm coming.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it your style? Do you like that hype? Ope. So we that's when you one that's when you
So who investigate all the beefs now about Mesona? I know be the one way they gas them. I know be the one way they start them.
Yeah.
I go there somewhere because maybe I'm come out drink about rap, which is my job, my profession. Ejuma me yeni. And I say at this point, way in echo. It is I won't tell say now, but can be beer. Sometimes to I react, you understand. So, ocean yeah, and you instigate beef beer. What did they make? And I say, so that's not my style or some cloud chasing, because that's not how I blew up. I don't blow up in that way.
Yeah.
I just drop his song where I remix some where I continue to drop my bangers. That's it.
Mami bra Poyo so. Poyo.
no, but
No, you want to say something?
Of course.
Okay, I
I
know,
mean,
bro. Na me Poyo.
Medical make a very strong statement. Seriously. Factual also. The fact say after the beef, he's still here. And we make an example. Say Drake ni Pusha T beef,
Yeah, a lot of people were saying Pusha T better Drake, right?
But that's a fact.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that.
It's
But-
an example,
yeah,
no make
today
here.
Drake is
Pusha T need Drake, I mean, the whole world will be because usually when there's beef, like you said, there must be a winner. The general population will pick a winner. So in the Drake and Pusha T beef, Pusha was declared the winner by the general public. But at the end of the day, it is Drake who is here and still making the hits. So he made his example in comparison with the beef, with Strongman, right?
Yeah.
No, it not be just maybe anybody will try, you know, beef me. You go to mention a lot of names.
Yeah, but I think I think you and Strongman was like the biggest. The encounter.
It was huge. I mean, credit to you and Strongman. It was one of the biggest episodes in 2019. I mean, you're back and forth with him and the anticipation. Say, you know, the next song this song that will come out, the lyrical dexterity and all. Yeah. It was huge. Mama giving it, you're very exciting. But you see, I think say now you are conceding. Say you lost the battle, but you won the war.
No, that's not what he's saying.
Oh, I'm only conjecture.
No, you say based on what he's accepting.
Yes, because he just cited an example, a well-known example about Drake and Pusha T. So he lost the battle but won the war.
It don't matter though. It's all about
exactly. So that's what he's saying.
It don't matter though.
That's what he's saying.
I say matter.
Yes. Exactly.
It's all about the Benjamin.
And
it's you the upper.
Win the battle, but
win the battle.
Exactly.
Now, Kofi with them.
Nobody's paying anybody for the battle.
Yeah, because it's business.
It is business.
It's business. I understand.
But I mean, eventually they did a song together, so I think they're cool, right?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, they'd be cool. Exactly.
It was just for a period.
Exactly. And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Look, I think the biggest beef that we've ever seen in this system or this country is Samini and Shatta Wale.
No doubt.
You know, that was like, you know, but
biggest.
today they are here. These are they are cool, and I think most importantly that's what we should look at, you know, and then eventually, if it brings some spark into what we have as entertainment, hey, why not?
But do you think, sir, the fan base, the public, is part of the game? Because Ayana Ababa Bayen Tokwa, sometimes it gets dirty.
Now,
you know.
Now they understand.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you, listen, Abeku. Akon was in Ghana, and Shatta was on the show.
Big Sean as well.
Yeah, and Big Sean, and then Samini was on the show. Listen, I was behind backstage, and some people approached me, yeah, and they were Samini fans. I will not put out the discussion we had, but it was a serious discussion, and they said that, listen, there are some people they want to exempt from whatever it is they're supposed to be doing, you know, myself and a few others, but the rest they actually they go face whatever, you know, and that was at that time and easy. But today they all understand that, oh, I didn't know, and yeah, giddy sign, yes, oh, we be cool tokwa, and I say, yeah, you know, they throw shots at each other, and I think we are in a better place.
El Chamano, you know better. Tell us, because you are the reigning king in Ghana when it comes to hype. Yeah, when it comes to hype, yes, you know, Okoto watcher, ni akaho asem, uyiwe ni akaho asem, release waga, ni akaho asem, bibia beyebia. Is it part of the game to omo afe no omo ba no musunsia? So tiase say o hype here and also my brand value no koso.
It depends on the brand or the artist. Me, I be rapper, you understand, and then me. Most of the times, anything I talk for my song inside be something I actually they live. You understand? I they preach what I they live. It be my life where they inspire me, where I they take write my lyrics. So at the end of the day, if I buy a new car, I'm supposed to put it out. I feel like I should put it out there so that if I they rap, I will feel motivate the person we did somewhere where the thing say maybe Charlie never go feel make them, because I've been broke before. I sleep a lot of places before I know like mention like it be place where people no go like go day some areas, you know. But at the end of the day, if you make them, if I be able to speak to people and then let people know that they can make it. That's why people go to church.
Sure.
I'm quite sorry my son crying. Mom say yo ube and you say that bonfire say what I say ben empire and choir was also 2 1 more now also. Yeah, that's it.
Are you inspired, Poyo? O hwe nkwahye sema El Chamano Ekaya yiro ho hustle ba wo de o dan kraman buom krofo twi ayi baby a wo dani.
Oh, say, Ubiano ne dia de bas as so.
Jo de ne de.
Chairman ntimi nyeseme. And I mean so ntimi nyeso no. Everybody is different. That is what people have to know. AY period aponchi na buy man mfa na aponchi na yi.
But be bacho me ntwa no senior. But at the end of the day, you know, AY Poyo go fi be a millionaire and then still walking with the brand of a goat and then shirtless and all of that. Because and then the man I heard you, which say like comedian with Michael Blankson. Yeah. He's very rich. He's successful. Yeah. Jimmy, I know Jimmy still out. That's Jimmy. So
you know, I didn't know about him.
So yeah, that one there.
The video we released it last week. I got to swimming pool. So tell us, our fan base, you know, may hear research kakran. I say our fan base, no money Ghana. Why?
Yeah, you know, I don't know Ghana for the almost as an entertainer. But when you go outside there, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Botswana, like so many East African countries, I'm the king there. Apart from the president, they know me. Oh yeah, because they have seen something they've never seen it before. Rapper Benedict on Chico stage, Kora Echo, Tunium. No, Echemano, yes, sir. Echemano is doing what or no, like Adia or no, for people to. Oh, yeah, street boy. We are all street boys, but we came in different dimension, different angle. I cannot do what Sarkodie is doing. No, me need time. This is what I'm doing. AY Poyo, the GOAT, greatest of all time. Hey. Yeah, you have to believe yourself in life. Else you are not going to make it.
And that people say, "Oh, fans, that's so many now. Just a Ghana for one."
It's not the. I mean, show. Obi Betima 2 million followers on Instagram. Opia Bontia inimuno. Me Pia Bontia. Sometimes I am a fair cause. Me to me we say so. Enti me 78,000 followers on Instagram. But nipa me share mo abontina omo framing. They are not social media people. Full of bus. I was sitting outside there one day. Some other time. Full of bus. Full of students in bus. Nkwala kitin. Why Poyo? And I'm saying, Nkwala, they don't have phone. From the street to the presidency. Oh, like everybody they love Poyo because you are doing different things. What they know you like, you are not doing the normal thing that people are like everyone is doing.
I think waba also the style be a vibe. You know, I don't know Nkrofo a follow and how some person me to sell. We've seen Medical's inspiration. He has inspired a lot of people. In fact, all boys. He was also mentored. Why a mentor? Why a title? A juma bia de ubem we say we you be so unsem. Why a so unsem a do regumani?
Okay. Me mania didn't start bi. I was maybe I was a comedian. But me not managing nyom to ho. So I sat down one day that everybody is doing comedy. Stand-up comedy, comic art, but I have to bring something unique. So once I'm managing nyom to, I'm fan nyom to anka and then wash out music. So obi an share down so men say AY uyesi na abesi, but I was following DKB, going to shows, I'll sit down, watch them, go back home, read through what I get, learn, go back. So obi an share down so men say I'm a hustler on my own. This is what I want to do. They na be me yan say at my tender age, you know, mantimi achieve me aim. Na say spring chicken, like I'll sit down then look at someone on the screen. I was like, I do it permit my you now, manti. No, I didn't want to see that. Me go school, ekoye auto mechanic engineering, like. But I didn't love that work to the extent that me my cry. Also, you be some say intinyum to is like ubeko enimni. Cause ohun say heading. In Ghana industry here, to become successful, say, and young paibo, nenye lucky beer, you can never pass through. Because industry in heading.
So have you made it one make it?
I started a year ago, and for everyone to be successful, it takes time. And this is the beginning. But my starting is saying, oh, when is media grow, licensing deals, you know, publishing deals, like royalties. Typing me doing AY for you, cry, I monetize it. Yeah, because that is where the money is coming from. If I'm not doing any work at this moment, that is where the money is coming from. So we are not joking. Obibenzo watch the way akwa the uninyansa bia. But I sometimes go see some comments on my pages and I was like, yo, Charlie, onim de oye, onya ne one CD band or betima betran kan kwasa sema ope.
I would say.
Yeah, but they don't know what you are doing. They don't know the difficulties you are passing through to bring out something
In you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe
they catch a Ghana for say yeah appreciating the diversity your creative arts industry no obia ne de microphone di watem won style out there ba yem fa ne sa
Yes, on fairness, Upo Umpo and Rana Mediaba. So, yeah.
I mean, you said you asked him a question about success. You know, and for me, I think success is relative. If he started like a year ago, and he's here, this is one of the biggest shows.
Yeah.
Yo, he's here.
Yeah.
You know, if he wasn't successful at what he was doing and consistent, friend,
Yeah.
there are a lot of talents you can invite, but what's here? Now, one of the commendations I remember, I mean, somebody like Snoop Dogg and a lot more. I mean, somewhere last year, we're all over on his case. Now, he said something, he's combining comedy and music. You know, I think on owning a team, they're doing something good because this is just 1 year. Now, if they go at the trajectory of Omokono, he'll be one of the biggest because what he has is unique. And you know, unique always sells.
Yeah.
It sells.
Yeah. I mean,
it sells. So he's on the right path. Unfortunately, baby, I want to sikasem no your style be. You know what I'm saying? Readily, maybe he will not get what medical has as in terms of
branding,
brand, whatever. But eventually, there are lots of things. Look, do you know out there? They have animal green and animals and conforno. They don't. Yeah, they don't play. Imagine it was in that society.
yeah.
But Arnold, you have followed with a keen interest. Brands, artists, and their success. For you, style, his image, his brand, his style.
Yeah.
A bit to me, I'm gonna attract